We're also going to look at some information that we need to plan for 2006, the dates, age requirement, things like the cost. We're going to have a session for questions, but if you would like to ask questions as we go along, that's fine. And then photo gallery if we have time. Okay? Are we ready? Yes, Vivian.
Where is Appalachian?
Aha! Very good. So, about ASP and reference. Who's going to take us away?
Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. There we go.
All right, so I want you guys to imagine a dude, okay, in your mind. And his name is Tex Evans. It's 1969, and he is a Methodist minister in the middle of Appalachia, in the middle of the coal country of West Virginia and Kentucky. So imagine a guy from 1969 named Tex Evans. Can you imagine him in your mind?
Does he have a beard?
Do you have your thought about what he looks like? All right, I'm going to give you guys what he looks like.
Actually, no. Does he have dreads? Dreads?
Not dreads.
He's got, he has a little beard. He has a little beard.
Take you down, that's around. Everybody gets a couple. Thank you. All right. This is my guy, Tex. Tex Evans was one of the first people to kind of put ASP in action. What he did in 1959 is he was looking around and he saw that there were a bunch of folks, thank you, in central Appalachia that had substandard housing. Like roofs were leaking, they didn't have running water, the driveway was falling apart, the rains washed out all their crops. The stuff was terrible, especially where they were living. And so we decided that, you know what, it would be a great idea if we got some youth together, some kids together, to go help fix people's houses. And so we did. He had 50 people the very first year. Since then, so fast forward, since then, they have more than 15,000 people show up every single summer to help more than 350 different families. Now, you asked about where's Appalachia. So if you look at the back page here, you will see that each one of these little dots here is a center. And the center is usually like a school or a church or an auditorium, like a facility that's not being used that ASP leases, usually from the counties. So we go stay at the center. That's like our home base. And that home base usually has between 100 and 250 people from all over the place. When we were there, we had groups from all over everywhere. I've been to places there have been 300 people. It's like almost all kids and some adults, but they were coming from as far away as like in Missouri and Maine, right? And they were all coming together in this one particular place in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. So central Appalachia is pretty much from so the Appalachian Mountains go from Maine to Georgia, right? It's a big, long mountain chain. Central Appalachia is pretty much from West Virginia, North Carolina, and maybe dips into a little bit of Georgia, Kentucky. It's like that kind of small pocket right there. It's the poorest counties in the United States are located in those areas. So we're going to go to people who, the very first year I did ASP, these people had literally an extension cord that they dragged every day. They dragged an extension cord down their property, across the road, and through a field. They hooked up to another extension cord, and the extension cord went into their neighbor's barn. So they could literally have 4 hours of electricity to run the refrigerator to get it cold enough so it would keep the food fresh. They could have air conditioning for 4 hours. And that was a deal they had with their neighbor. And then they came over and like mowed that guy's lawn or something once a week, and that's how they worked it out. Like that kind of poverty, right? I mean, it's like you're not used to seeing that. So Tex went into this environment and said, you know what we need to do? People need just a good place to live. Like the roofs don't leak, the front porch is going to fall off, and then roll down the mountain. And so that is kind of how they started. Their mission is, and what they're really about is that basically they want to meet people where they are, with whoever they are. And in the name of Jesus, they want to fix whatever their problem is in their house so that they can at least have good quality housing. And what they hope to do is just basically take it from so many tens of thousands of homes that are like completely terrible to live in. And they want to make a dent every year. And so for every year, they do about 350 different families. And the cool thing is you work with the families. You're on a project and you get to meet the people who own the house. You get to know about their kids, sometimes their pets, sometimes their cousins, their aunts or uncles who might live just right down the road. You get to see the community in action. It's really cool. So this is where they work. And this past year, there were 20 centers, and we were at one of them. And that kind of gives you a little bit about the background about where they are. So Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, I forgot Tennessee and North Carolina. And since 1969, almost 400,000 people have come to help. It's huge. So you don't need to know how to do everything when you get there. You get there, they have all the materials, they got all the screws and wood, they have most of the power tools and everything else. And our job is to follow the plan. And what we did is put up a huge porch. And there's a deck, I mean, but it was gigantic. And when we got there, like sometimes the previous group that worked before us, their stuff wasn't exactly right. So we had to undo some of the stuff they did to get it right to then be able to make it happen. How many people who went, quick show of hands, before you went on ASP, how many of you all had used power tools a lot at home? Like, you're like, hey, use power tools. 1.5, maybe 2. You don't know how to build a house. That's part of the learning. You go with adults and they actually have manuals and they tell you how to do it, and everybody gets a job every day, and we get together. So we don't know. I mean, I learned so many things about building things I never knew because I had to go build a deck for a person. I had to put on stairs to a house. No. One year when I was trying to figure out how how much people really knew about construction, I held up in one hand a screwdriver and I held up the other hand a hammer. And I held up, I said, everybody point to the one that's a wrench. And 4 people pointed the hammer. And I was like, solid. Okay, now we know where. We won't even care, wrench my hammer. Yeah, thank you. That's good. My rule of thumb is if you can go like this with your hands, go like that, you can help. That's it. We'll find a job for you. Right, okay, so they do 9 weeks in the summer, and so every week a whole new crew of people come. So you might love on this one lady, you might be like loving on this lady in her house for like 1 week, and then when you leave, another crew's coming from you don't even know where to come in and pick up where you left off, right? And that happens for 9 weeks over the summertime. So we do one little bit, and then everybody puts it together, and then homes get repaired. It's great. Is that about the about? I've not gone way too far. Keep going? Or am I done? I could talk about this all day.
Thanks, Reverend Matthew. So Reverend Matthew started speaking about some of the projects. So here are some of the projects that we could possibly work on. One is siding. Another is drywall. We've got roofing, we've got floors and foundations, we've got porches and ramps. And for the past maybe 2 years, I would say that our groups did that, porches and ramps. Okay? We'll come to a picture at the end and we actually show you the porch that we built. Okay? Now, in terms of the participant requirements, we're split into groups of 5 to 7 persons, and each group must have at least 2 adults, 19 years and older. Okay? Now, we travel in these groups of 5 to 7. So we leave Illinois in a 15-seater van. Now you said, but if there's only 7 of you, why do you need a 15-seater van? Why do you think you need a 15-seater if there's only 7 of us?
Because the 2 adults.
If you have 2 adults out of that 7, think about it, Preston. So for stuff, what kind of stuff do you think?
Power tools.
Power tools. Sorry? No, because we get materials when we get there. Okay? Yes, Charlotte.
Like your suitcase and like bedding.
Your suitcase, your bedding, because all this is the things we need when we're there. Sure, and then when you come back, you're going to give me a response, right? Okay, now, all volunteers must have completed at least the 7th grade. Okay, so yes, that's why you're all here listening, because I'm hoping to encourage you to join us.
You're coming, that's it. No, you're coming.
You're coming.
You're coming.
Okay, now, it says that groups must provide their own transportation, and that's what I was speaking about when I referred to the 15 passenger vans. So we leave here like on a Sunday morning.
I like 4 a.m.
I like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Yes, Preston?
But some people like go in like a different way and then meet up there.
We prefer not to, because we have our groups here. So it's think of it this way: we get to know each other on this 8, 9, possibly 10-hour drive. So we get to know each other then. Sometimes, yes, Lily.
Like you start talking about those random things.
Oh yeah.
Like you start learning all these like random things around each other.
Okay, did you hear what Lily's saying? Repeat that, please, Lily.
You learn so many things about all the different people who are like in your band in those 10 hours because nobody does anything besides like talk and sleep. Which sounds like okay, and like before you go, it sounds really boring, but like trust me, it's really fun when you like go there. Like Zara, didn't your group do like guess the movie based?
Oh yeah, we were doing guess the movie based on the song.
Oh, guess the movie based on the
There's
song.
like there's so many different things that you're
We were
gonna
texting
do.
it really.
Okay, great. Another question. Sorry.
Do you have your phone?
You can use the phone, we encourage you to speak to learn more about each other as well. So yes, so there are times when let's say you may be going to sleep and you put your music in, okay? But if there's conversation, if there's stuff happening, we say, let's leave your phone for a bit. Let's talk a little bit more about phones when we actually on the site. ASP is asking not to take your phones to the work site. Can you imagine we're supposed to camera it and then somebody's over there on their phone, oops, trip over something. So we ask that phones are not used on site. Even when we're back in our at the center as well, you can use your phones. But again, be conscious and be aware that there are others around you, and that's an opportunity for us to learn and to from each other. Okay? Yes, Zara?
Also, there's not Wi-Fi in Ivy College.
There may be. It depends on where we are.
It's like very. If there is,
really
then very.
Yeah, it varies.
Yeah. So there's
Let's also remember that it's kind of a time for us to step back. Step back, from the norm. Yes, question. Let's listen out.
Could the reason be that they don't have a lot of Wi-Fi is because they're an underserved community that doesn't have the technology to support it. So this is another good reason to talk with each other about that instead of having to.
Yes. So it's an opportunity to step back because we are accustomed to see I got mine in my pocket, for instance. So we are accustomed to always have this ready communication. Okay? We're all accustomed to that, but it's a time for us to remember that other persons are not as fortunate as some of us are. Have you ever, for instance, walked onto your porch and you don't have a porch? Okay, have you ever walked into your home and have to walk around it because there's a huge hole in the floor?
No.
Okay, so these are the type of things that sometimes we experience, okay? Many of us, I mean, we look around us, we've got 4 nice painted, bright, clean walls, we've got a solid floor, under us. Consider where we went. The lady whose porch was washed away. There's a river right behind her home. Hurricane Helene, river rose washed up the porch. You could actually see on some of the buildings the water line where the rose. We actually saw one home that was being raised. There was this. I've never seen it done. Okay. Yeah, like this pressure thing, and it went between the house and then the machine turned on. You heard this loud sound, and then you saw the house like. So at one time I looked up a bit. Am I falling over? But you actually saw the house. Okay, so these are the things that they experience. Okay, now let's look at some of the experiences. We will look first at Nathaniel Doss. Remember Nathaniel and his family moved to. I hear that. Okay, Lily is going to do an in-person one, and then we have Jack and Lily Mullins, who are twins. They're not from Christchurch, they're from another church, but they heard about the trip that we were undertaking. Joined us, and guess what? Talk about how many degrees, 6 degrees of separation. We discovered that the Mullins are related to the land. Okay, and this is what we discovered after. Zara is going to do, and then we're going to hear from Lindsay George. Lindsay is now one of our adult citizens. Okay, but we'll hear from them. So. Oh, come on. Okay, let's do it. Since you're going to.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck and Jesus moments from this year's ASP trip. First, my Chuck moment, which was probably the long travel day. Spending 10 hours in a van was pretty boring, and neighbors and friends. I thought it was really cool that we ended up on the news as well, because it was a great way to get out the message of ASP to more people and show how big of an impact the organization makes. It might even have convinced some people in the area to join in the future, and just helps really spread the message. I'd say that my genius moment was on the last day when Bessie was saying goodbye to all of us, and just how she cried and prayed for us for safe travels home and just for us in general. I thought it was just really cool, and we all felt really connected to her, and it was like we became a family, and it was so heartbreaking having to say goodbye to her and leave to go back home. I also know that many members of our group are going to stay connected with her, but I think it's just a really cool thing that we can do and help further enrich our connection with them. In terms of expectations, I'd say that this trip definitely exceeded them. Just based off of last year we did not have the best accommodations, and compared to this year, it was much better, much more, and Matthew said, much more like what it would normally be. For the future, I probably wouldn't change anything about the trip. In terms of if I'll be doing the trip next year, I will almost certainly do it. Even though I'll be living in Colorado, we'll try to find some sort of way that we can get back to Chicago or get to wherever county we'll be serving in, just to have the ASP experience. Thank you so much for your time and have a great summer.
Okay, Lily, could you please come join me up here and share your experience about ASP? Thank you, Lily. You could indicate whether it's your first time, your second time, how many times?
I've been on ASP 2 times now. And
Comfortable share.
I think my joy moment was definitely like every night we would like there were 4 people who would play euchre, and it was just like so fun. It was me, Matthew, Mr. Lund, and Lindsay George, we're gonna see her video later. And we'd play euchre every night, and it was so fun. And I'd never really played euchre before, but they were really like patient and understanding, and like we all kind of learned together. And that was really fun. And my Jesus moment was probably like getting to know like the other people who were with us, because they were just so kind, and it was really great to just see the community like come together at our like work site. And they would always like, I wore my Michigan hat every day, and they were Penn State fans, so they were not like a fan of that hat, and they really hated it. But one time we were like, there's always this picnic in each time you go, and they invited us to play pickleball with them, and that was so fun. And they just like, everybody just started playing, and it was just like a great community moment, and it was awesome. And my junk moment, honestly, I don't think there were many junk moments this time. Like compared to my first time going on ASP, like there were like ants and stuff, and it was really, really fun, guys. But
There were ants.
There were ants.
Not a few ants. There were thousands of ants.
They like fell down from the wall. It was terrible. But I think my junk moment was just seeing how this community was affected by this like hurricane, and it was just terrible. And it was so great that we were like able to help, and I'm really grateful that I had that experience.
You had two mentions of the Jesus moment, the joy moment, and the junk moment. That was one of the things that we did on our something on the vehicles, like on the way back home. What was your Jesus moment? As in, what was a moment where you saw Jesus in anything that you did? What was your joy moment? Something that made you happy. Your junk moment. What was your junk moment? As in, something that you want too happy about, something that may have brought the spirits now. So we ask each person to look for a Jesus moment, a joy moment, and a jump. So that's what you were a little bit referring to. Okay. Okay.
Mother, do you need help?
You have to go back to the ASP.
Did you go to
Just
the presentation?
Go to the other tab.
Other tab, other tab. No.
Other tab.
Go.
Do you need help, Mom? Oh my God. Right there.
Escape.
Oh, thank you, Preston. Yes, you can go okay.
Text so much.
Why it's you?
It is you.
You were texting
Presentation.
Oh my God. No, press X. Go down and move.
That's not my account.
You can change it on the left. You can change it on the left.
Just calm down, calm down.
Look at it.
No, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Okay, sure.
Let's see
So I
if
hit
we
next.
And then you can change your account. On the
She
left.
needs to put.
Yeah, right there, right there.
Make sure you do it.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
You can't even get it.
Wait, okay, wait. That's right.
But like,
And because that's not my.
Not always.
Well, while we're fiddling with this,
Yes, Sarah, could you come up, please, and then you can share yours in the meantime.
get it working.
Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
Okay. My Jesus moment on the trip actually has to do with Lily, and it also has to do with the first trip. Because when Lily and I were going to the showers on the first trip, we saw these butterflies that were like black and had blue spots all over them. And on this past trip, we actually saw like the same butterflies. So it was really cool to see that. So that was definitely my Jesus moment. My joy moment had to be when we were having lunch like every day on the site with like the people from Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh it was, and they're talking about Pittsburghese was definitely a fun experience. And there weren't very many like jump moments I would say on the trip. It was just a really great trip. It was definitely better than the first trip. But yeah, this is my second time going on the trip.
would you advise people to go on the trip if they have a chance?
I would advise people to go on the trip. You learn a lot of things, like how to use power tools, which you might need in the future. So there's simply that. But yeah.
Better pieces. Now go all the way.
Why does my smile look so forced?
Because that was the 47th time we took that picture, and.
True.
We took, like,
Your face starts to hurt after.
That day we took like some 10.
She's getting her hair done now.
Yeah.
Let out.
Remember she told us to put lemon in your hair.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do that. It can hurt your face, but.
Now go next. Now just have her put in her password.
Yeah, but yeah.
No,
Have her put in her password.
that's my, no, it's because that's my computer, that's not hers, we had to switch, because her computer isn't working with the TV.
So let's use another account and put in your email.
That could work.
I emailed it to you, right? So teacher, why not you put yours in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can try it.
Yeah, you use yours.
No, it's because
It's,
there's no access for it. Like you need to your computer needs to give access.
I need to.
this is why technology is great.
When it works. Ooh, but.
If this is more of an essential thing. Is there another piece of
I
this?
already, I see.
Okay,
Well, how simpler the videos?
they're important, but, you know.
Why don't we skip
Okay.
those for now and we'll go back
Yes,
to them if we
okay.
can.
Here's what I like to do. Since the videos are not cooperating with us right now, how about we do this? So, how much do you think it costs for us to go on this trip?
$0.
Oh,
$1,000. A lot because of gas. Gas
A lot
costs
because of gas.
$3,398.
$3,398. Oh, that was very specific.
About one figure.
Okay, so for each person, okay, let's just start off with each person, it will be $1,200. One because of gas, as you said, but we also remember we're there for a week. We're gonna eat 3 meals a day. Okay, now I'm not saying that we're gonna expect like 5-course meals, because we also have to remember where we are serving, and many persons here don't have the option for that. But we will be fed. 3 meals a day, we will definitely be fed. There's also an excursion, so they Lily mentioned a picnic, for instance. We'll be able to take us out. But some of that money also goes we also make a donation to ASP. And as you said, the gas. So imagine these 15 passenger vehicles, gas guzzling, as you can imagine. And we drive how many miles?
5,000.
Well, in hours, 10 hours. This is the 10 hours, you know, both way. 700 pounds. Yeah. Okay.
Go to the slide.
So that's what it
Go to the
is.
slide.
But just forget that.
You just switch to the slide. Yeah, switch to the slide. Just switch to the side low so we can see it. Just go
Okay,
to
we get that sorted out. Okay. So again, sorry. So what happens now? I mean, we would like as many persons as possible to go. What happens if you're unable to afford that? Does that mean that you won't
GoFundMe.
scholarship? Okay.
GoFundMe.
So, Preston, are you willing to sponsor someone? You can't go?
Like me personally?
Yeah. Well, not you.
Can't afford that.
You can't afford that. Okay. But
GoFundMe.
what we don't really use GoFundMe. But what we do, here's some options. Remember that pumpkin patch up we got at 470 Maple?
You can make
That's
money
one
from
of the
that.
ways that we use for funding. We also try to have other things. We do Easter lilies, for instance, we may do. But guess what? Christmas is also coming. So when grandparents say, hey, what do you want for Christmas? Hey, grandma, grandpa, guess what?
$1,200.
I would love to go on this trip, but I don't have all of the money. Would you be able to help me with some? I mean, it's good if you can help me with all. But you know, why not do that? Ask different family members to help you, okay? And I know that there's some persons who've done that. Okay. A
But one quick thing,
typical
one quick thing. We don't want anybody that wants to go. They're like, I can't swing the $1,200. Like, they come talk to me and we figure out a way to make it happen. Because I don't want anybody to ever get left behind. Like, you really want to go? Man, the dollars and cents shouldn't stand in the way. We'll figure it out. Cool.
You heard it. You heard it. Okay. Okay, thank you, Matthew. Now, we do have several meetings throughout the year between now and when we actually get to June, okay? These meetings are for us to get to know each other. And what I've also found that is also helpful because sometimes we may all go through some difficult moments when we take it. Again, it's quite a different experience than what many of us are accustomed to here in Winnetka. This is an opportunity for us to get to know each other and to be able to depend on each other when we're there. We also, in addition to Matthew, we also have 2 other adults who went along with us. So we look for support as well from these other adults. So one is Mr. Lund and the other is Mr. Something.
Mr. whatever.
Okay. And before we go, we also have what's called tools and safety training, which is mandatory for us. Because as Matthew likes to say, you leave here with 10 fingers, 10 toes, we want you to come back with 10 fingers, 10 toes.
No 9-finger gloves.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do have that tools and safety training. Yes, but we have.
We're kind of like already did that in school.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we
Yeah.
I'm glad that you have that. You guys bring a safety packet. How long ago did you take? Did you do that?
It's like a couple.
Okay, so here's what. We have the quote unquote the experts who will be there, and if you haven't chatted them, but remember too, it's also good if it's also a chance
Get to know each other.
See what I mean? It's also a chance for us to get to know each other. Okay? Yes, Caroline? I'm sure that would, yeah. But as I said, come along, speak with the experts who are here, but it's also a way for you to maybe even show another of the youth, you know what you've learned. Okay? Nice. Okay, now, Charlotte, would you like to share what our week was like? Because I know you know the relationship that you developed. So come on up, please. Thank you. And let us know whether what is the first or second time.
So this was my first time on the trip. And so I would say my Jesus moment is when we saw the sunflower on the hill. And then they were like doing constructions, but they moved it so it wouldn't die. And it was just like the only one. And my junk moment was I got a little hot. And Bessie took me in and took care of me and made sure I was okay. So that was probably my joy moment, just like bonding with everybody.
Share with us. Who's Bessie?
Bessie's the homeowner.
How often did you talk to Bessie?
A lot.
Like every day?
Yeah.
Was it interesting to learn about what she had to say?
Yeah. She talks a lot about her family members and she had a lot of stories to share.
Did she share with you about what happened with her home?
A little bit, but yeah.
You can fill it in, I'll fill it in. What happened to her home is the fact that they
Thank you,
live
Charlotte.
50 feet away from a river and, sure, okay.
Come on.
So Bessie lives 50 feet away from a river that was behind, well, that picture that we had of all the people in front of the porch, if you go the other way, there's a river that rose 40 feet up and flooded out this entire valley. And so Bessie's house, yes, had water that went up 10 feet across the street. And a lot of these houses, but across the street, I know that the house that we were originally supposed to work at, they were like another 50 feet away from the river, but because it was so flat that the river came through and wiped out everything, all of their belongings in this house. It was a new house, probably 5 years old, but the river literally came in and washed everything out of the house and sent everything like down the way. So they were jacking up this entire house with a hydraulic system. It was pretty cool, but no, it's I would just say this program is incredibly efficient at helping the members of these communities. The amount of organization that they put in place is unbelievable. I mean, you can get, with people who really don't know how to do too many things, you can get so much done. It's unbelievable. I run a construction company. I understand construction. It's fun to use my talents in this capacity. But I'll tell you, they have, it has been refined and it is so effective. What people with not that much knowledge can get done. So that part is cool, but what's super cool is the experience of going into a community that we would not have access to and become intimately involved in people's lives. And that, I think it touches both, it goes both ways. I think everybody who's been on these trips will never forget that connection with these people. And I know that they will never forget how we touched their lives. And that will last the rest of your life. So it's pretty cool. You get a lot of bang for the buck. So.
And 50
you should come. Very cool.
Exactly. If you need service hours, this is they are. Yes. Okay. Now, when are we going?
We are going in June.
When in
Second
June?
week.
Second week.
You're good, so that's early.
Give me some slack. Okay, Preston, okay. So, excuse me, we go June 14th to 20th. So we leave here on a Sunday morning, very early.
I have no.
Do you have it? On a Sunday morning, we spend the week there. We're up early each morning. We out for the day. We make sandwiches to take along the trip with us, and we also make sandwiches to share with our homeowner. Give it to me. Okay. Just a couple of minutes, please. Okay, just a couple of minutes. So yes, that is a week while we're there. So we're going June 14th to 20th. And I'm asking you, please, if this is something that you are not drawn to, one thing that I ask of you is prayer for the families who we will encounter, for the situations that many of them find themselves in. And to always have a spirit of gratitude for what we have here, for what we have been blessed with. I don't know if you heard Reverend Matthew sermon this morning, but these are some of the things that I expected of us, to give him back, and we give back out of the gratitude, we give back all of what God has already given to us. Okay? So I want you to please remember that. We went through the dates. If you're interested, we're planning to have a meeting on November 9th, that will be in the afternoon. But if you are interested, have mom, dad, kiddos, email, okay? Then we'll start from there, we get that information. 7th grade and above, as I said before, and the cost is $1,200, which includes accommodation and meals, remember, for the entire week. Transportation and one excursion. Okay, questions? Any questions?
What's
Yes.
your accommodations like?
Think this last time, for instance, think the classrooms downstairs, and okay, and divided by gender. Adult leaders are also in those rooms. We would take our sleeping bags, just a minute, please, Will. We take sleeping bags, cots, for those of us who are old and kind, you don't have a sleeping bag, but we take cots, but okay, our blankets. We did have AC this time. Sometimes we don't know, but it's either a school or a church, but that's the type of accommodation. And think of maybe this space or something like a gym situation where meals would be prepared and stuff like that. Okay? Yes, Will.
Do you pick who goes in your group?
No. We try to mix the groups in. I just knew that question was going to come up.
They try
Okay.
to put you with people you don't usually have to.
Okay, so that you can get to know her.
Yeah, we get
Never talk about it, never.
Oh, yeah, Okay.
We went together.
Okay, so these, what time is this? I don't know, this is when we were going.
5:37 to 5:30 in the morning.
5:37.
Okay. Okay, so, any other questions?
Well, I got a question.
Yes.
What does a typical day look like?
Who would like to share with us what a typical day looks like? Oh, Liv, would you like to? No pressure. Go ahead, Liv. Yes.
When we wake up at 7 or 8, it was
Most like 6 or 7.
6 or 6.
Don't even try that. We're not going there. Okay, go ahead, Liv.
We would wake up at like 6:30 or 7, and we would have breakfast, and then we would gather outside, and then we would get into the van and start our day from there, and would begin at work say at 8:30. Yeah.
Depending on where we are, yes.
And then we would work for like 3 hours about, and then we would have lunch at 12, and then we would go back at 3 or 4, and then we would have like a bit of time for like ourselves and just to like be with each other, and then shower, and then we would have dinner, which was at about like 6, and then and then we would have like time for ourselves again, and then we would go outside and we would do an evening prayer, which any of the group could lead, and we would share the part of the day that was like the best in the God moment, and like kind of the low of the day. And then we would go to bed.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay.
Oh yeah.
I see, right, Caroline, just a minute, please. I need to have a chat with you as well. Okay, sorry, I forgot that thing. Okay.
But you guys went to Bucky's? Yeah, we went to Bucky's.
Maybe we did, maybe we did.
Like the gas station Bucky's.
Okay, so we had the main part of it is finished. I have given Preston the responsibility of clicking through the photos. Okay, I just need to have a conversation.
Where? It's Bauer. Oh my God.
Okay, so what we're seeing here, we stopped and we actually had a mass. Okay, we had service on the way. Again, just as a reminder of what we were doing here, we were going to serve others. So we were getting replenished, so to speak, by the Spirit. Okay?
Do we start at church? Like
we do have what's called a sending forth. So
like when we come.
Oh,
like
that
when
morning?
We're leaving, can we come here?
we gather at 470 Maple.
Is there Wi-Fi there? Well, good luck Clash game for the morning, you know.
No.
All right, fine. Good luck Clash. Good luck Clash game. And check the
Any questions? So again, yes, Will?
What are the meals like?
Meals.
What do they have?
What are the meals like?
This is euchre, guys.
Zara, Lily, Charlotte. What are the meals like?
They're actually pretty good.
Pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Okay.
What are they?
Any other questions?
Nice job, Preston. Yeah. Great.
Scott, so let's keep going through, and what I want as we go through, okay?
Me too.
What was happening here?
We were serving food. for
Serving food.
everybody.
So do you guys take turns serving?
We do chores.
Okay.
So every group has like their
Okay.
own like chore chart, and it depends like on your group name. So,
Oh, and every like station, they have like different like
oh yeah.
themes for the names. So like last year it was like sci-fi movies. The year before it was like songs from High School Musical.
Because it was we're staying at a place called their mascot was Wildcats. So then that was fun. So but yeah, no, every team has like chores they have to complete for that day. Yeah.
So Preston, I'm expecting to see you there next June.
He's got
Do I get to
present
keep the
skills,
clicker?
that's good.
Do you get to keep the clicker? If you keep the clicker, will you be there in June?
50-50.
No 50-50.
99.99.
90-10.
Just kidding. Okay.
Oh yeah, when they kept on making the spindles like that in the house.
Spindles.
Come on, by yourself.
Come on. Oh.
Hey.
Somebody knows
No, I get the regular chop saw, you're at 90% there. It's a 90-10.
Oh, there you
And a spindle sander.
That's a compound. Yeah, it is.
That's a
Wait,
slide.
no, that's not. Yeah, that's a compound.
It's the radio
No, it's
dot.com
not
Microsoft.
Oh.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like,
That's just a joke.
Oh wait, don't you?
Oh, that's just the drill? Oh, excuse
Wait,
me.
are you thinking
It's
actually
just
the
a-
camera that like power tool square?
oh,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, the sawdust got in my mouth.
Oh my God.
It looks so bad.
That's our porch, guys.
That's a porch, guys. Yep.
It looks
Our porch.
bad.
Oh yeah! Picture.
Oh,
Guys.
yeah, that did.
That thing was
Ice
so
cream in the
awesome.
rain.
You gotta put all those pictures together.
I have a lot of them.
Oh my god, yes.
Come together. Yeah. That was perfect.
There's the river that you can see. We're sitting by the river in that picture. Wait, go back. Go forward. That's the river, and then go forward.
Krista, yeah.
That we're sitting by the river.
By the river. So the river is in front of it there.
That is your
That's the picture. Oh, wait.
And once we got back.
Did you show them you should show the video of when you were on the news.
Oh, I'll have to probably do that. Okay.
And the
That's true.
slideshow clip.
Yes.
Lindsay spoke on the news.
No, we did not. Okay. So.
What is the red button?
The red button is sometimes on the wall.
It's a laser pointer.
It's a laser pointer, yes. Okay, so everybody, so thank you so much for being here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, stop. 6, 7. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of your faces.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.